Yay, yay! We are back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. All right, yeah, I can't sing, but let's see if I can at least remember our intro. It's been a minute, but hey, and welcome to this week of Trading Tuesday Live. We are Magnet Marketers. We're so excited to be back in a new decade, 2020, with you all after our little break for the holidays. But if we've not met before, my name is Jessica Phillips with Now Marketing Group in the Relationship Marketing System, and my awesome co-host this way, Mike Gingrich. He's the president of Digital Hill, the co-founder of the popular apps Waptio, Tabsite, and published author extraordinaire. We are excited to be here. We're going to be talking, just catching up with all of you. Honestly, we're just going to be chit-chatting here. So I know it's Trading Tuesday, but really we're going to talk about a lot of what's been going on behind the scenes, what's coming up for the show, and really just chit-chat, catch up. So in that note, though, Mike, like, how the heck have you been? We actually haven't even had a chance to like truly catch up. So I want to know what you've been up to. And while he's chatting, everyone in the comments, let us know what you've been up to this holiday season.
Yeah. We just had a few social chats, messenger back and forth, that type of thing along the way, and yeah, it was good. It was basically was able to kind of not necessarily fully unplug because I've still kind of watched some social, but to unplug from the business side of it, and take a break from that. So that was a positive. Decompress a little bit. Kids are out of school, spend some time with them. Do a little bit of travel, get to see family, things like that. And yeah, I was trying to think if just down here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Here we have the Red Rose. We're the Red Rose City, and so New Year's Eve, big thing with the Red Rose. Dropping, that type of thing. So they had the party band downtown. So
That's
yeah, that
like
was
the drop
nice.
instead of like the apple, like in Times Square, it's like the red rose.
Correct. The Red
Oh,
Rose.
yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
Is
there's
it as
there's actually
crowded as like New York? Like, is it a lot of people downtown?
I mean, it is packed out. It drives a pretty good crowd out. I mean, but it is obviously smaller radius of area and that type of thing. So I mean, that Times Square one, I think it'd be, I don't know. I mean, part of me says it'd be fun to do sometime, but a part of me is like, when I heard that people were getting there at like 6 a.m. that day, to line up to be there, whew, that's a long time in the cold for that.
Like
Anyway,
stay awake until midnight. That's how you know you're getting old, right? Like I'm
yeah,
like, oh, the ball's about to drop. My alarm's like going off on my phone. I'm like, turn it. So we got to watch the ball
yep,
drop. It's like
yep.
tradition, right? But no, I'm like you. Like I took some time off, and this is the second year, I think, second or third year. I think it's the second that we've actually shut down Now Marketing Group for since like Christmas Eve through January 1st,
Okay.
because like the same thing, like it's so crazy around like the holidays ahead of time, and like there's so much go that I think it's super important to like not bring that energy and craziness into the new year. And like so we're still all checking in like on client accounts and stuff, but we also like could relax in between time. And that's been something like the whole team has appreciated, like we're like, this isn't going to be like official. Yeah, we want to make sure that it like still lasts well. Like everybody still checks in on stuff. We're not like completely abandoning stuff. But
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know about you. Like, how did you feel after taking some time off?
Yeah. I felt good. Felt good. And the creativity comes back in a new way, kind of thing, and it just allows me to kind of step out of the intensity of it and think, reflect bigger. So I found it to be valuable. Yeah, definitely. And I did. I mean, one of the things you and I had a little messaging back and forth about was kind of like, books that you're going to be reading, that type of piece as you're coming up. And so for me, it's just a chance to do a little, reading as well, and just to kind of, I detach by reading some fiction, then, kind of thing. So that's a positive for me. I go into kind of the Jason Bourne mode, but in the book mode. David Baldacci, and some of those where I can kind of dive into my covert CIA world via reading.
See, I need to do that. And before I talk about like my like reading habits, which I don't know if it's a good thing, that relaxing or not, do you want to give a shout out to a couple people? So hello,
Chad's
Daniel.
here.
Good to
Yep, I
see
see Chad.
you.
Daniel checked in there. Got it. Got it.
Good to
Yes.
see you guys. Thank you, thank
Good to
you.
see some people.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys. Social media Climber 2020
Absolutely.
coming around the corner
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
But
Daniel
yeah,
says Happy
so
New Year.
like
Happy New Year to him.
so was that one of your like New Year's resolutions to read more? Or is that like just
Yeah,
now you're
yeah, yeah. I'm putting up 2 books a month as what I'm aiming for then, and so I think that now the problem is that I like to read, and so it's a matter of trying to narrow it down. Then I think that honestly, I have 4 in process right now. Isn't that terrible? It's like I couldn't finish, but
yeah.
I got something. I need to start it, and so I have 4 in
Oh no.
process.
I do that too. Like I switch, so I do Audible while I'm driving, right? Like,
Okay.
but my thing is I like it's all like business or like self-development and stuff. So because my brain like never turns off. So it's
Yeah.
like, but I like feed off that. Like that's energy for me. But I have been able to like watch, of course, like we did the Christmas movies. So like all the Netflix Christmas
Yeah. I did.
movies, you know,
Yeah.
that's a great way to relax. Because I think it is important to like just calm and check out a
Yes.
little bit, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, like I've tried working on that a lot more to like find some way of
Okay.
checking out and also like my ears, by the way, guys, if you keep seeing me put these in, I have super tiny like elf ears or something, and these things do not stay in. It's not just these headsets or headset, it's all of my headsets. So if anyone knows like what headset can fit tiny ears that's not like the big box ones, let me know. But anyway, like for Now Marketing Group too, we were doing like just some ongoing continuing education as well as a team, you know, that and finding some things that everybody wanted to get into and work on their own, like what they wanted to like train on independently. Because this year, I'm excited to say, is our 10-year anniversary. Like it's our 10-year birthday of Now Marketing Group.
Congratulations.
So
Yes.
yay. So we did some fun team days like together. We actually got out of the office and really refocused on like who are we as a company, like our brand manifesto kind of refined that, our personas, and then like what we want to offer in the future. And I felt like that is also like is a part of one of the things with ending a year. I think it's really important to relax before you go into a new year, you know, set some of your goals, but then also like just reflect, right? And like what you want to kind of bring into the new year. And that's what we wanted to do with Now. So we reevaluated like our personas, but then also looked at like, okay, where is digital marketing going? Because I really believe, and I'm gonna be kind of bold in saying this, like the days of like a social media manager is kind of going to be over. It's going to look a lot different. It's going to be like the person that is doing not just like social posts and stuff. It's going to look a lot different. They're going to really be focusing on the web and manage the ads and some of the tech aspects of it versus just posting. So we're going to look at like what does that look like for us as a company, right? Like how does our social media management team evolve to really cover the aspects that's going to really move into this like dark social space of managing conversations, not just posts, right? Like, so that's been a lot of like what we've been working on behind the scenes. I don't know if like you've come to any like things that with Digital Hill that you guys have been looking at that's like, oh my God, this is shifting. So this is like how we're looking at it as a company too toward the end or
Yeah,
not?
no, definitely. What you just said there about kind of that shift away from just social to some broader type pieces. I mean, just had a conversation with a client that kind of wanted to go deeper, and they wanted to propose the idea of like one of our team members being in there a half day to a day a week to work directly with them, and you know, but I
With a
kind of coming
client?
back to your, yeah.
No, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
However, what
Yeah.
I said was, what I said was, you know, we want to go deeper with you, but you need to know that basically to cover all the aspects that we want to cover, it's going to touch at least 4 members of my team. I can't
Yeah.
just have one person there and have you expect that they're going to be able to answer and do everything you want, because it's going to take that. That's why we're a team of experts with people have different areas of expertise and so it's the collective whole, and so
that is so spot on. No, you're like so spot on there, because like that's what we were talking about too. We're like, it's not just like one plan, because when a client's like, okay, I just want like social, right? But then they're like, oh, but my website needs this updated. Well, what do you mean? Like that's not included or whatever. It's like, we're just going to get away from all that and say, okay, here you have access to our team and here's your flat rate. Like, right. Like, so, and really make it about how much it's going to need, because there's so many different team members essentially that could be included in that. So smart there.
So that's a big thing, I think, and it's just another level of kind of deeper integration. So for us, I mean, you know that we do a lot of kind of the back end portals and some of the web management systems, call them web software things, OEM type software, and that's just kind of going deeper. You're just seeing manufacturers, other companies that they know there's just another level of web integration that they need to serve their customer well. And so that's just coming.
And that's going to grow too. Like,
yeah, so we're trying to scale that.
Like, so our good friend, Social Magnets, right? Like Rob there, like we were talking about, he was asking about like relationships being like the theme for 2020. He was like, and I was like, yeah, for sure. It's a good day to be a relationship marketer. And he was like, basically coming back to like what we always say, like relationships will be more powerful than marketing. However, I was like, it can't just be that, like, because granted, relationships are the most powerful thing, and you do have to have somebody to answer the phone, right? Like, and to pick up and to personally message you, right? Back and forth. However, what you're talking about, we also do want accessibility, ease of use, and to be able to do everything we want on our own as a consumer, right? So brands have to look at like, what do I need to build into my website or have an application in place to where our customers can essentially go through the sales process as much as they can on their own, or update their account or change their billing or whatever they want as much as they can on their own independently until they don't want to. And then they need a really easy part of being able to access, get a hold of a team member and talk to a real human at any point as well. Like, we kind of want the best of both worlds. We've been spoiled in that way. Like, we don't want to 100% like we have to do it all self-service. Because we want, like, if we're going through that self-checkout line at the grocery store, that's great and everything until it's not. And then we're like, no, we're a person. Like, now I'm waiting. Like, if I have to wait a minute and it's not working and I have to wait for a human to come over there, then we're ticked, right? Like, it's kind of the same thing online. We want that tech. We want that accessibility. But we also want a human to be able to communicate with us, and not only communicate with us, know exactly what we've been through and what we've been doing with that company.
Yeah, see where it's at,
and in stage of our process. We want some kind of stuff built in. Yeah, these are the changes that are coming. Like, that's what we were talking about in our team meeting, and like things that like I think every brand should think about, like now, or if you have it at the end of the year, like what does this look like for us moving forward?
Yes, no, absolutely. And kind of reflecting back on that 2-week time period, the platform that I had conversations on that I hadn't ever had that many and that deep and that discussion about TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you doing TikToks, Mike? We need to see
it. I'm watching and I'm learning. I'm not and I think that's the first. That's the first spot.
And you have your bobblehead. Do you have your bobblehead near you? It's National Bobblehead Day, by the way. We created this epic video that I really wish, I don't know if I could share it on here, but I really wish I could. But grab your bobble. We need to create a TikTok, like, with the bobbles in here. And you're going to, like, mimic it, and we'll be TikTok famous, the For You page. Hold on, I'll grab mine.
You got to get, okay. I got to run and grab mine, too.
I only know about this because my kids keep me hip. Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, it's National Bobblehead Day. We created this video that we're going to be sharing on the Now page that has like all the bobbleheads that the speakers got from Social Media Week Lima. Like, here's a couple of them. Mine come with like accessories here. So you can see like the evolution of my hair. Hold on. It starts here. Oh, you got a couple too. You're gonna have to be double fisted your bobbleheads.
I only grabbed one.
Okay. Oh, okay. I grabbed all three. I was being a little showy. I gotta pick my favorite. Hold on. Oh, I gotta go with the one with the tiara. Gotta go with the one with the tiara. Okay, ready?
There he is.
Ready?
Yes, I like the tiara one. Yep.
Oh, look at her bobblehead. That's crazy. Yeah, so that has to be a TikTok. So cool. What kind of conversations are you having though on there? Because many perceptions are like these are just teenagers. So maybe we should clarify for anyone that's on here of like the conversations that you've been having.
Yeah. No. So these were definitely kind of adult conversations, kind of talking about what's the value of it. What are we seeing, and is there current business use for it? Will there be future business use for it? Why is it taking off? What is it about it? That type of thing. So it's more of those kind of conversations. And I think it's just one of those things where you talk about I call it like a different genre of video. It's created. It's
creative.
Yeah,
It's like
and so therefore it's something to be aware of and learn, because that's going to impact other types of video. This genre will influence other things.
yeah, I think it's like Instagram meets Vine meets I don't know, like it's just fun, like creative. Like I've been a stalker, a lurker, more because I was watching
Yep.
what my kids were doing. But like the more I watch it, the more I can see the appeal. Like, have you been creating videos on there or just like watching?
Just watching, really. Yeah, because and this is probably part of my learning curve too, is like, I've been kind of tentative because I see some really good stuff on there. I was like, oh my gosh. And then however, I just read something, was it this morning or last night, that type of thing, about a Instagram influencer who has moved to TikTok and really saw it explode, but he's talking about the differences for himself. And it kind of gave me maybe a little bit more confidence to take that next step, because he was saying that it really isn't, it doesn't have to be super well done, and it can take just kind of the think about it in terms of fun, real, humor, and just raw, and there it was. So that was his perspective on it, and I like that.
So have you seen any like businesses do it well? Like
Well,
I don't think it's like your
I'm
business. I think it's like
I'm following some larger brands, and basically in kind of a news fashion, so ESPN, NBA, those types of things. So I can get, and it's kind of a neat way to consume sports updates, because it's all little quick video clips mostly, and then fun things kind of
watch out,
woven in.
kids. The marketer's about to ruin TikTok.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So it's coming because of that. Yeah. So and that was kind of one of the things for me. I mean, probably that was one of the reasons why Instagram kind of brought me into that, where I can see it as a news source and an information source, following some brands, and just in that kind of fashion, stories, where they're giving me information that way. And now TikTok in the same way, doing a little bit of that. So what's Daniel got to say here? He's big on that, freedom to goof around a little. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a fun element to it.
So I'd like to know, Daniel, like what are you creating on there? Like, are you doing it just for like your personal? Are you doing anything like business, or just having fun with your kids on there? Like, I would love to know that. So no, that's cool. I'm like I said, I've been checking like people out on there, and like my
Yeah,
kids and like others, and I really enjoy it. And like Judy Fox, she's on there and she's always creating some
yeah,
fun stuff. My kids think she's like a celebrity because of like what she's creating on there, and her followers and stuff. They like idolize her when she came and stayed with me. But it was a lot of fun. Daniel
yeah. Okay.
says a mix.
Short motivational personal
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. Okay. So it's extending his brand type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, there was this guy's a college graduate. The other one who I read this article on, and he was kind of being interviewed. So he he basically it's just he's become an influencer, but he models a, you know, kind of like a high-end fashion type clothing, and it's basically just out of personal collection. No one started with that. He just liked it, and he started collecting it, and he started in fun ways just showing where he was at, what he was doing with it, you know, while wearing it, that type of piece. And you know, lo and behold, that kind of captured people's attention. And in the world of TikTok, it was amazing to see how many eyeballs he could get. I mean, he went from 0 to 40,000 very quickly, and then to 450,000. You know, with a video type thing that just took off. So it's amazing the eyeballs he was getting.
I could see definitely you, Chad, on TikTok. Like, this is your
There-
playground. But somebody else I see and created on there is like even Stephanie Liu. Like, she does some fun stuff on
yes,
there. Like, I think she embodies like a perfect balance of like business and fun, like on there.
yes.
Chad too. Like, you guys have a lot of fun on there, and it's definitely interesting. Like, but yeah, I think it's
in,
it's
in,
really
in
fun.
a fun way, bringing valuable information.
Yeah.
That's what they do, and that's great, and that's
Yeah.
TikTok in a, you know, little nutshell.
Yeah, it's really just for like brands like, okay, so we know the creators on there, but like what is like the general demographic of over that, right? Like, so I think that's still like the
It's
question for brands, but
it's
I think
still
it's
it's still
fun
younger
for
for
that.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I
Now
think it's kind
here's
of
the
like
other point this
how
guy made.
Snapchat
This
and Instagram was, right? Like,
exactly started out
so
there, yes, and then, you know, it gradually grew. I mean, we're kind of, I'm an early adopter, so I'm just exploring it. So, you know, it's in that early adopter stage. The guy whose article I wrote, this young man, the key thing that he mentioned was on Instagram he creates videos, but he has to recognize that most people have the audio turned off on Instagram by default. Okay, so he has to plan that way. However, it's the opposite on TikTok. On TikTok, he knows they're going to have the audio on, so, and that's what he likes about it. It gives him a freedom to do that. So that's the difference there, and something that TikTok has an advantage of, I think, right now. The default video with audio on.
that is a really good point. Like, because I would have thought of that. You
Yeah.
know, that's a good point. So awesome. Like, any other like social media updates that you see like coming around that you think you're really going to take advantage of outside of
Well, I
TikTok?
mean, you know, I think that we have to continue to, you know, educate on how the dark social, you know, things that are not in the public view is going to be continuing to be used, and I know that's a focus of yours as we go forward this year. So that's definitely going to be key. I mean, other platforms are always evolving, right?
Yeah, and I'm talking about Dark Social on Friday with Agora
Oh, okay.
Pulse, so super
Yeah.
pumped for that. And that again, and of course, Social Media Week Lima 20 is all themed Dark Social. Unfiltered is really the hashtag for it. Unfiltered, how to build community in a dark social world. So we'll be talking a lot about that. And really just how conversations, if you have not heard us talk about dark social before, but how conversations are moving to private channels, niche channels, you know, like conversations that brands can't necessarily see or track. And it's like, how can you get invited to that conversation, or how can you ensure that what is being said in those conversations to include your brand are in more of a positive light, right? So, like, that's the key. Like, and it kind of ties off, like, each year we kind of progress a little further. So, it started with, you know, relationship marketing. Well, actually, funny enough, our very first open social media week Lima was themed 2020. And
There we
then
go.
it went to relationship marketing, and then the human experience, and then craveable, and now unfiltered. So kind of cool there, trying to stay ahead of the curve and talk about what's to come. So we're really excited about dark social, because I really do think, you know, relationship marketing is a huge piece of that, right? But also all the things that we're talking about, like how to be creative and stand out, be unfiltered. That's like why that's unfiltered. Like just show yourself, be yourself, like build community and let people come to you that can relate to you and know that you can help them, but also show up in a way that you can build relationships. But on the other hand, like what we were saying earlier, have those elements in place to where if somebody does want to do something on their own, they can do that. So it's a great mix of like technology and old school, right? Like it's like the retro stuff that comes back. Like it's trendy, but it's super functional at the same time, I guess. If you want to
There you
say
go.
that.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So, so I don't know who this is. It just says Facebook user. I need to know this. But it said, last year you told me Unfiltered was a costume made for me. I was honored. I don't know. It has to be Chad. I don't know. I'm gonna go vote Chad. Let's see if I was right.
Here we go.
But yeah.
Where
So
did that one show up on Facebook?
Yeah, it says Facebook user. So it has to be in
Got
one of
it.
the group because I can't see any of the group ones if they're
Yes.
It doesn't say who said it. So I'm gonna vote Chad. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else is happening?
So yeah, and we're already at 30 minutes. So I do want to talk about like today's show, of course, is like just a welcome back. We want to just hang out, have a conversation, talk about what we've been up to and kind of what we're foreseeing happening, but then also talk about the future of magnet marketers. And really, like, our goal has always been to help people be a magnet with their marketing versus a bullhorn. And so we've done several different types and styles of the show, kind of like mixed up each week, whether it's been Mike and I just talking about a subject or bringing in a guest. And we're really wanting to share more stories moving forward. It's not just stories, but like people sharing their zone of genius. So I think in our group that we have, so we do have a group called, or Now Marketing Group has a group called Relationships and ROI. Like that's going to be more of the how-tos and like the screen share videos, because how-tos are really hard to describe on a show like this, right? Like It's really hard to say, okay, you go here and you click in the left box and da. So that's really going to be what that group's for. And our show is going to be more bringing in guests to talk about like the things that they've done. And we're going to open it up. Like it doesn't just have to be like the same names over and over. So if you feel like you really have a story to share, or you have something that you use successfully, or just have something you feel like would be relative to, or, related to the show of how to be a magnet with your marketing versus a bullhorn, we'd love to talk with you. I will be putting together a form that you could submit. For now, it's just like message your eye or into the page here. But that's our goal for 2020. I don't know if you want to add on to that, Mike, but that's kind of
no, I think so. So with the group itself, that's kind of like the nuts and bolts. I mean, we're we can do screen shares, that type of thing here, where this is the higher 30,000 foot view kind of thing, and looking down on it, staying in touch with the trends. What's that mean? Having some, like we say, guests come in who are doing it and talking about it, just hearing their story, because we can draw from that then. So, looking forward to that. I think that, this is about sharing, and that's what's going to be key. Bringing people that can do that and getting the community to share some of their experiences and what's happening, what's working.
Yeah, Chad said, I love a good story. And it was Chad. I knew it.
You got it. Good.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, OBS is big for those tutorials. Yes, I agree with you, Daniel. And we can do screen sharing here, but I just feel like I feel like it's different when there's like two people on and like you're sharing something. I just feel like this would be better suited for conversation. And I really just want this to be a relationship builder tool, right? Like to get to know others, their expertise, and allow more connections to happen here. So that's really one of my big goals for 2020. So
spread the word. Who should we have on, right? Who should we be talking to? And
tag them. Let us
that.
know. Who do you think is like super aligned with like our vibe that we got going on and our goals here? Like tag them. We'd love to talk with them and invite them into the show, or tag yourself.
Yeah. Hey, so one question for you, Jessica, here. One thing that you started doing, maybe it was latter half of the year. I don't know, maybe how far back it went, but that is kind of like having your team involved, Instagram takeover Okay, so maybe you want to just give a little word on that. So, what was the motivation behind that, and what did you kind of experience? What was that like for the team?
So actually, like the team stepped up and wanted to do it.
Okay,
So it was actually presented by one of the account managers because like we were like I would go in and be like, okay, I want to force you to be on video, right? Like, and granted, like they're all team players and they're awesome. Like I cannot say enough good things about the team. But one of the team members actually came up with like, hey, what if we all did this? And they worked with an intern to create gifts on each team member that kind of balanced their work skill zone of genius with their like personal hobby and stuff and like created some fun gifts. And then their like passion at work. So then their takeover was all about like the thing that they got excited about at work and took it over. And really, I was not even involved in it that much. It was like them like rocking it out. And I think
okay,
they've done a great job with it. So we're going to continue that um, into this next year. And we also have a few other things lined up that we'll be working on as it relates to social and really getting the team involved. So I'm excited about that. Lots more things to come. This is a big year with our 10-year anniversary. So I'm like thinking big surprises and big announcements, starting with like, and I want to ask you this question too, like your next big thing that you're going to. Like my next big thing is in 3 weeks actually, and I'm going through Tony Robbins like business mastery program. So as soon as I get back, then we're doing our team like training on like the new stuff that we're rolling out, and then we'll be making more announcements out to the world, to the public. But that's my next kind of big thing I'm excited about. What about you? What do you
got it.
have? Another 3 books that you're gonna like just rock out like like you do here?
Yes, well, I will say that I do have two in the works. So, I'm reading four and trying to finish writing two. How about that? So I have two things in the, so I got that piece going on. And yeah, I think, so I am looking at more details will come on this, but actually participating in a business conference where I get to speak in Eastern Europe in end of March, beginning of April type thing. So more details to come as that gets finalized and all those kind of pieces there. But but it's also just a tremendous learning experience for me. So yeah, looking forward to that.
That's so cool. You need to take like your bobble around the world, like take
There we
pictures.
go.
You
There
might
we
around
go.
the
At
world.
different places. Yes. Yeah.
That would
I
be
like
awesome.
that. Yeah.
So, what about all of you, though? Let us know what you have going on next. I'm excited that our very first guest of 2020 is Tiffany Lanier, and that is next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she's going to be talking about the importance of a morning routine, but not just any morning routine. She has some really cool ideas. I just spoke with her for like forever today. It really went by really fast actually because it was so amazing. Like her thoughts on just not just doing any morning routine, but like how you incorporate what's right for you and like what you need and like how it sets your day on fire and
Yeah.
of what you get done and like in the mindset that you so I'm really excited to bring her in to kind of kick things off because that's really a great way to kind of step into 2020 even though we'll be like 2 weeks in at this point. It feels like it's already flying by, but I think it's really important to kind of set the tone there with her, and she's awesome. She's a wealth of information, and always you can't be around Tiffany and not be smiling. So I'm excited to have
Absolutely.
her on next week.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that topic just because, oftentimes we can kind of, we can know the stuff, but if your day is not aligned well, you're still inefficient, even with the stuff that you know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And
So,
I was sorry, I was laughing at that comment down there. I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. He's Chad said Bobblegram. And then
Bobblegram.
I was like, I love it. That's good. Hashtag Bobblegram.
Yep. Yep. I
I
like
love it.
Chad too. He's talking about Jim, having Jim on the show, and
Yeah,
we
for
had Jim.
sure.
Was it last year? We had Jim.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to
But
say that,
always love
and
having back good people
yeah, Chad
for
saying,
sure.
isn't that the old guy from Georgia? Right. Oh, come on, Chad. Yeah.
I'll leave it to Chad. I love it. Such good people. All you guys in here. Well, Mike, it was so
Yep.
good catching up with you. Let's do it again next week. What do you say?
Absolutely. Let's do it. How about this? Maybe same time even. Does that
Yeah,
work for
same
you?
time, same place. Yeah, I love it. All right, well, so good seeing all of you again. We're back. Promise now. We'll be back for a while now. And join us next week for Tiffany, live with Tiffany. She's awesome. Like, she is amazing, but she's going to be talking about your morning routine and the importance of it and her special secret to making sure it's a morning routine that has maximum impact for you and for your brand. So thanks so much for joining in with us. Hope to see you all next week, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right back here. All right,
There it
Mike.
is. I need
Bobble
my
it out.
bobblehead to, like,
Gonna bobble
my
it out.
bobblehead to give like high fives. Where's the woo?
Bobble it out. All right, see ya.
All right, take care.